Well, good morning, guys. I'm not sure how this is going to come out. I'm recording on my cell phone and I'm walking, and I figured it is a good time to share with you guys my journey. Uh, First, I want to make clear that I'm recording this as a diary for myself, as a journal of my progress or lack of progress. And I'll start by confessing that I don't know why I started this journey on the 1st of December. With the holidays and just after Thanksgiving, because this time of the year with the holidays is when you have the most exposure to foods, all sorts of unhealthy foods. With that, I mean carbs, sweets, which I admit I'm totally an addict of. That's really my problem. I'm an addict to carbs, sweets, anything that has flour, breads, and all that stuff. So that's why I've commented a couple times that this is a mostly carnivore diet until I can completely get off carbs. But with that, I'll tell you, this last few days have been really hard. It's been quite challenging because it was my daughter's birthday over the weekend. So what do you have there? All sorts of sweets, right? And sandwiches and things like that. And after running around for a few hours after kids and all that, I was super hungry. And I did have a couple of sandwiches, ham and cheese sandwiches. And did I have a beer? No, I didn't have a beer. I had a little bit of a Coke. So that was on Saturday. I did, however, continue to walk because I knew that I had screwed up and I had to continue to do something about it. And for me, that doing something was you have to remain active. You have to continue to be active somehow. Besides that day, running around with the kids and stuff, that was pretty active, but it wasn't cardio type active, right? Which is what I'm doing now again. So I've been walking. I think I only skipped a day, and I'm trying to stick to that piece. At least if I screw up with my diet, I know that I'm continuing to put an effort towards exercising, and it's a way of recovering, right, from my diet screw up. I want to say yesterday, this is like a confession. I had a muffin, not a muffin. What is it? A cupcake with my daughter. She's the one that just turned 7 years old. So, and today's my birthday. So I'm sure there'll be some more foods involved. Even though I still have meat at home. I'm grilling meat. I grilled meat last night. And today, I mean, if somebody comes up with sweets or whatever, I'm not gonna totally say, hey, no, I can't. I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not gonna refuse their courtesy for my birthday, right? So I'm not gonna reject them. So if they offer me a pastry for my birthday, I'm gonna have a pastry. And knowing that, then I'll have to work out as hard to burn that off and continue to remain on track, semi on track. With that, I'll also tell you that I lost 5 pounds. This is day number 10, I believe. I've lost 5 pounds. It's probably mostly water retention. However, I do feel pretty good. I feel more nimble when walking and jogging. I have to be careful with that because I've been going through a back crisis, back pain, lower back, and I was diagnosed with 2 herniated discs and 3 bulging discs, and I have been going to therapy and all that good stuff. So therapy hasn't worked out a whole lot. Sometimes I come out of there in more pain than not. So, however, walking appears to have worked a little bit, where I am feeling a little better. Depends on the day, but I still have to be careful when I do things. Whatever I pick up, even a gallon of milk or a gallon of water, which I'm usually hanging out with a gallon of water. Even that, I have to be careful when I set it. Something as simple. It's difficult mentally, psychologically, because I never had that sort of issue. And compared to a few years ago, or during my physical prime, when I was riding a lot of bike and I'm very active, I consider myself in the worst shape of my life right now, right? I used to do a bunch of push-ups. I haven't started to do push-ups because of my back. But I would normally, the first thing of the day that I would start with was push-ups. I'll hit the deck, I'll hit the floor, and start doing 30, 40 push-ups first set, then another 30 or so the second set. So I do a couple sets or 3 sets in the morning. I would like to get back to that, but I can't just jump into that with my back the way it is. So that's why I've been focusing on walking and jogging little by little, right? I figured as I shed the pounds, it'll be easier on my knees and back, and I have a lower risk of aggravating my injury, right? My back injury, I mean. So with that, I've been doing some more research on the carnivore diet and all this good stuff. I like to read and watch other YouTube videos on what others have been doing. Pretty interesting. Some of the people that have been commenting on here, a couple of them have their own YouTube channels with pretty interesting takes and strategies to their fitness goals. I watch Mitch, the old carnivore guy. Man, congrats to him. His channel has freaking skyrocketed. I've been following him already for a few months. Amazing. He's 70 something years old. Check him out, because he's really encouraging. Not to mention, he almost doubles my age, and the things he's doing, right? Oh, you can see a finger on the video, but just amazing, you know, and how he speaks about his numbers, how they've improved, and all that, and how he's feeling. Really interesting videos. I often listen to him during my walks. Someone recommended a doctor, I forgot the name, that wakes up early and does some sort of videos or whatnot. I'm waking up around 5:30, and if I'm walking, I'm already out by no later than 600 or 6 in the morning. And so with that, I would also tell you that some of the things I researched, and I mean, I kind of knew this from before, right? But if you think about this, how long have we, the modern human, the civilized human, how long have we been growing crops, right? Look it up. I think it's been like 12,000 years, the last 12,000 years. But before that, we were a nomadic species, hunter-gatherer, right? Going after meat. If you think about it, you go out with your friends, with your tribe, you hunt an animal. That animal might last you a day or two, if that. You gotta feed a whole village, your family or whatever. So you may hunt a couple animals, and that's your meal for the day. You may eat a couple times a day until you're satisfied with pure fat and protein, right? So that was it for a while, right? You didn't have lettuce, tomatoes, all these other, obviously you didn't have all these sweets that we have and bad stuff, right? So that's what we have. That's how we evolved, eating a lot of protein and fat. In the last 12,000 years, which in the whole lifetime of our existence, it's been nothing that we just started adopting vegetables and more, started growing and domesticating certain animals and whatnot. And I think we started kind of domesticating cattle in the last 11,000 years, so that we didn't have to run after animals and hunt them. So why am I saying all that? Because that paired up with some of the more modern tribes, modern meaning in recent times, the Eskimos. What do they eat? They eat freaking fish, caribou, or that deer-like animal they have up there. They use fat, well fat, and all that stuff. And for them, it's pretty cold most of the year. It's not like they have access to greens, right? So, and they have, look it up, they have one of the healthiest statistics as far as heart disease and all that, and their overall physical well-being. They're super healthy. They're super healthy. And you hear all these things, meats is bad for you, red meat, it'll cause cancer, and this and that. Guys, I think there's going to be a revolution on modern nutrition pretty soon, if not already, that we're going through it. We're finding out things through our own research and personal tests and trials and all that, and even some doctors that have gotten away and steered away from the contemporary conventional nutritional guidelines, right? And well, right now with the recent election, you got RFK, a health nut, right? I don't know. He may turn around the system quite a bit, and there's no doubt about it that a lot of the stuff that's in the fruit is not good for us. At least Europe won't allow it in their foods, right? And that's not new. All these colorants, preservatives, and all this colored food and whatnot, of course, it's not good for us. But anyway, I digressed. Going back to our original roots, right? We're carnivore, man. We've adapted to grow crops and eat greens and all that. But we have canines right here, our teeth. And anyway, I'm saying all that because no wonder meat sits well with me, or better than other things, better than greens. There's only a couple of greens that I can tolerate. I have irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, so I have to be careful what I eat, right? I know gluten, carbs will really screw me up. I've already done my process of elimination of foods, so I kind of know what has a high potential of screwing me up. One thing I know for sure, most natural meats, they sit really well with me, and it settles well in my stomach. It does me good. Now if I mix that with carbs or a bunch of rice and stuff like that, yeah, that'll screw me up. People think that rice doesn't have gluten. I realize that I'm not very tolerant of gluten. Yeah, rice does have a type of gluten, a lot less than flour and all that, but it still does. So anyways, all these are things that I've been finding out recently. Oh man, look at that sunrise right there. That's beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. But anyway, so I confessed. I shared a little bit of some research that I did, which I'm sure you guys all already know if you've been doing any of this or researching or following other people that are veterans at this diet. It's pretty amazing, the carnivore aspect of our nutrition, right? So anyway, I'll continue at this. I screwed up. I'm recovering from my screw up. At least I'm not quitting. I'm remaining active, and I think little by little I'll continue to get away from everything, from all the bad carbs and kind of sticking to my mostly carnivore diet. And more to follow, guys. Thanks again for your support. Thanks for your comments. I've been humbled and impressed by the amount of people that have either started this or are considering doing it. Obviously there's something good in it. I trust that people have also done the research right. They're also following other folks that have done it, and there's even some doctors that are encouraging this, whereas others are sticking to the conventional nutritional aspects of our diet. So thanks for watching, and I'll continue to keep you guys posted on the progress. Have a great day and week.